There are some 14,000 hours of footage on the January 6th protests. And this is footage taken from all different angles in the Capitol and right around the Capitol. And the government has all this footage, and they are desperately eager not to release it. Now, in a good development, Judge Beryl Howell, U.S. District Chief Judge, and this is in a particular case, she has ordered the government to release some footage that they didn't want to release. What does the footage show? We now can see those videos. They're short, but they're telling, because actually the significant thing about the videos is not really what's on them, but what's not on them. What you see in the videos is just a bunch of people milling around. They're looking as if they're unfamiliar with the place. And they're kind of like they're in a museum and they don't know where to go. And there are all these officials standing around. And the remarkable thing, again, the dog that didn't bark, the officials aren't telling them to leave. The officials aren't saying, hey, listen, you don't belong here. You got to get back out there. There seems to be a kind of pleasant indifference on the part of these officials. And so think about it. You're in a museum. You walk down a hallway, you see a sign, let's just say, that says closed, but there's a security guard. You see other people walking by, the security guard nods at you, maybe even takes your picture. So if you're not told, don't enter here, and you enter, are you really breaking rules? Or are the rules themselves, in this case, ambiguous, and are there no clear instructions being provided? So this is kind of why the government doesn't want to release these videos, because in fact, they undercut not only the government's case against these defendants, but the whole narrative. Now, it's very interesting to look at the Biden administration's rationale for not providing the videos. They say, quote, that providing these videos would, quote, compromise the security of the United States Capitol and those who work there. Yeah, so they go, let's give them their due. This footage, when combined with other footage from nearby cameras, could be used to track individual riders moving through the building, thereby creating a visual pathway which other bad actors could use in planning their breach point and pathway for future attacks. So the idea is we can't give you the footage. You'll see what's in the Capitol, and all these bad guys then can plan future insurrections. Well, the judge, saw right through this, and basically Judge Beryl Howell said, first of all, this case would be a little more plausible if you were talking about secret sections of the U.S. Capitol to which there is normally no public access, but you're talking about areas of the Capitol that are normally on the Capitol tour. In other words, the public can walk in with permission at any given time and see these areas, and this whole idea that you're protecting the security of the Capitol is just nonsense. And so, and now the government continues, however, to fight this, and now what they're trying to do is block even defendants, not just the public, but even defendants, from getting the body-worn camera footage. Let's remember now that the Capitol Police don't have body cameras, but the DC Metro cops do. And there's a bunch of body cam footage. And so here's the government. They're saying that it has come to our attention that there are sensitivities, keyword, sensitivities that must be addressed prior to large-scale disclosure of body-worn camera footage. Let's think about what do they mean when they say there are sensitivities? Here's what I think they mean. I think what they mean is we have footage from these body cameras of our own cops mercilessly beating unarmed and non-violent protesters. We don't want the public to see this. We don't even want the defendants to see this because they can use it. They can say, wait, look, you're saying that we pushed back, but who fired first? Who shot tear gas into someone who wasn't really disrupting anything? So in other words, you need the videos, obviously, to see the context of what happened, and yet the government is trying to prevent defendants from having access to material entirely relevant to their own defense. But more importantly, they're trying to prevent the American public from seeing what really happened on January 6th, because it might disrupt a narrative in which a whole lot of very powerful people have a very big stake.